Hey, Shalom. First, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect house of David. Let's get into this. I want to title this lesson something to the effect of how to tell spiritual time or telling spiritual time. Because as the scripture says, no man knows the hour or day that the Father has set, but we can tell spiritual time. We can tell how close we are. And this video is inspired by a class I had, a Wednesday class I had with the brothers in Jackson, Mississippi. So let's get into it. I think I'm gonna get that scripture I just quoted. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 32. Listen. Wait, I might start up one. No, yeah, verse 32. Listen. Now learn this parable from the fig tree. When its branches has already become tender and puts forth leaves, you know that summer is near. Now this saying is because this certain fruit has become ripe. You can tell that the summer is near, that summer is approaching, that it's about to heat up, it's about to heat up, it's about to get warm, the days is about to become longer, that's what that's saying, verse 33. So you also, when you shall see all these things, let me read that over again. Verse 33. So you also, when you see all these things, know that it is near at the door. And I'm gonna jump up to to expound on what he's talking about. But basically, I'm just gonna say it's talking about, the end of this age and the return of Yahweh Shai. So what you can't, it's in red letters, meaning Yahweh Shai speaking. So he's saying, yes, you can tell what time you're in. You can tell when you're at the end of the world, but no man knows the day or hour when he exactly is going to return. I'm going to get that. Listen, this is verse 34. Assuredly, I say to you, this generation will by no means pass away till all these things take place. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my word will by no means pass away. But of that day and hour no man knows, not even the angels of heaven, but my Father only. You say it's a day or hour. We don't know the exact day or the exact hour, but we do know the season. We do know the time. I'm gonna jump up. Listen. To prove to you that we are in those times. Listen, this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. Now, as he sat on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately, saying, Tell us, when will these things be? And what will be the signs of your coming and the end of the age? The age we was talking about. The age of Esau, so-called white man. Because first became Esau, but Jacob held the heel of Esau. And those are two nations. Two nations. You know? And Esau is in the rulership today, but Jacob is soon after. I mean, soon after, because what he said, because Jacob wasn't just born after Esau. Nah, he held the heel of Esau, meaning at his end, Jacob will soon rise. It won't be no gap. It won't be no gap in rulership. It's gonna be a soon. It's gonna be like a soon rulership. As soon as this man fall, there go Jacob. You know. As soon as this man fall, there go Jacob. There ain't gonna be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said to them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many will come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and will deceive many. Now, this is actually saying, there's gonna be people you see, saying that that they're the Messiah, but this is also talking about these different types of what to call them? They're doctrines, but different kind of religious sects. Cause you got Catholicism, you got Judaism, you got Christianity, you got all them things that derive from the Bible, but don't adhere to what the scripture says, what the scripture has laid down. Because all of them give you a false way of following the Messiah, Hamashiach, Yahushua, who the world ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Verse 6. And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. Is that not happening today? Is that not happening today? On a whole nother level? On a whole nother level. See that you are not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nations, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famine, pestilence, and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then they will deliver you up to tribulation and kill you, and you will be hated by all nations for my name's sake. Now that's right there. It's an indicator, a time indicator that you are at the end of the end. Because the believers, the true believers, will be persecuted. Will be persecuted, because you can go back to World War I and World War II. You see, and there was no persecution of those that believe in scriptures, those that believe in Yahweh Hashem Havushah. There was no persecution of the nation of Israel. And that's gonna be the major time indicator, and what all you seeing on all the news. A so-called T attack by a so-called black Hebrew Israelite. Not only that, you have those who call themselves, Jays, but are not. No, I'm just saying it because Scripture says it. So-called Jews, but are not. You have them exposed. And that did not happen in World War I or World War II. That is a time indicator. Verse 10. And also I want to say this. These time about they will kill you. This is time about those that will be in our time, those that will be beheaded for the gospel's sake, because a lot of the 1/3 will be saved, will be delivered, will be delivered, you know, because there's a cutoff point. There's a cutoff point where there's a cutoff point where how many of the 1/3 will be, will face that type of will face that type of trial, you know. But there's gonna be a cutoff point. Because what he most has, the scripture says there's gonna be a lot it's gonna look like a lot that be saved, because at 1/3 it's a large number. It's not that big compared to the whole world, but it is a large number. 2/3 will be cut off and die. And, it's gonna look like nobody's gonna be saved, but that 1/3 will be saved. That 1/3 will be saved. Verse 10. And then many will be offended and will betray one another and will hate one another. Then many false prophets will rise up and deceive many. And because lawlessness will abound, the love of many will grow cold. But he who endured to the end shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in all the world as a witness to all nations, and then the end will come. Now what? Now that's right there. That is a huge time indicator, because what? The gospel of the Hebrew Israelites, of who the people who every nation are, especially the 12 tribes of Israel, is gone out through the whole world via that unicorn. What? Them satellites through the World Wide Web. Not too long ago, you had these other nations pointing fingers saying, "You the Amalekites." No, you the Amalekites. Who brought that out? Who revealed that? Who revealed that? For them to be using that word, for them to be using that biblical term, that biblical identification, and to point at them, and to point at each other. For a witness sake to all the world. What? Because why everybody know what? People be saying shalom or shalom or rise up Israel. Or they say I'm a Hebrew. Or they say I know I'm Israel. What? This was unheard of in around World War I, World War II. That is a time indicator. That is a time indicator that what? We are at the end. And I'm gonna get this. This is what else I want? Yeah. And I know some of y'all probably be like, did an angel come and tell you this? Did God speak to you and say this? Listen how the Most High speak to the people of the world, with those for understanding, with those with understanding. This is how he speaks. This is how he speaks. Listen, this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. Listen, I will stand upon my watch. What? You're watching. This is watchman. You're watching and set myself on the rampart and watch to see. Look, and watch to see. Watch to see. So you're looking at events. You're looking at things happening. Okay? You're looking at events and looking at things happening. You're looking at what's happening in the world. Listen. And watch to see what he will say to me. So when you're seeing these events, he's speaking. The Most High is speaking. And all you gotta do is refer to the scriptures. Be like, oh, okay, the Most High saying we're at this time, and Yahweh Shai is this close to returning. You know? You know? I will watch. Listen, I will set myself on a rampant and watch to see what he will say to me. You know? That's how we are. Yes, the Most High is speaking to us through what? Prophecies, through what? Mercies, miracles, judgments. You know? Listen. This is Luke, chapter 21. Verse 23. Listen. But woe to those who are pregnant and to those who are nursing babies in those days, for there will be great distress in the land and wrath upon this people, and they will fall by the edge of the sword and be led away captives into all nations, and Jerusalem will be trampled by the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And there will be signs in the sun. Have we had like what you call them? Solar eclipses. We had multiple around this time behind these years. I don't remember this happening during like 2010 and downwards. They been like in rapid succession. Listen. And the moon, how many blood moons we had? I done lost count. Like in my younger years, hell, not too far back, we ain't had these many blood moons. Blue moons, solar eclipses. They basically, not literally, but basically been back to back to back. And in the stars and on the earth, distress of nations. This is not happening. What people talking about? Free Palestine. What people talking about? Free the Congos. You know? A lot of this stuff is being exposed on a level that has not happened during the time of World War I and World War II. And I keep bringing those up because those are the first and second woe. Woe means destruction. The woes going to or that those great wars. And on the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, the seas and waves roaring, men's heart failing them from fear and the expectation of those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven will be shaken. And what? People are out of pocket, out of their minds about, what happened to Donald Trump. What's going on with the elections? What's going on with the Middle East? And what's going on with the bear? What? Russia. That Middle East. That's what's one of the heavy sign. That's another heavy sign time indicator. What's going over there with Russia and the Middle East? Because we all know that is a major prophecy. Even Christians know that the war in the Middle East is a major prophecy. It's one of the major prophecies. You can see those in the movies like Left Behind, The Mark Unleashed. Them other Christian movies, you used to watch if you never watched them back then, but those movies all started what? Like what was that movie called? I think it was Left. I'm thinking it was Left Behind. It started with that what's he called? Oh, doggone news dude. I forgot what you called them. Reporters, yeah. It started with that reporter. He was over there in Israel, and there was war going on. You know, you know. It all starts what the beginning of the end. All started when what that war in the Middle East started. You know, Russia moving or Iran moving. The Medes. That's like the start, and like that's one of the heavy time indicators. You know, one of those heavy time indicators. You know, listen. Then they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with great power and glory, and that cloud is a chariot. It was also described as a great mountain. What people, but it's a chariot what people call a UFO. Listen to this. Let me get one more. This is Matthew chapter 16, verse 3. Listen. And no, I'm going to just start for all verse. I'm going to start for verse 1. Then the Pharisees and Sadducees came, testing him, and asked that he would show them a sign from heaven. And he answered and said to them, When it is evening, you say, it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning, it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and threatening. Hypocrites, you know how to discern the face of the sky, but you cannot discern the signs of the times. With all these things happening, you should be able to discern the signs of the time, and that the end of this age is at hand, and the beginning of a new one directly behind. There it won't be no gap. It won't be no gap. Discern the signs of the signs. You are able to discern the times of the sign by what? Seeing these prophecies, looking at how the world is moving. You know, that's how you can tell the sign, spiritual. That's how you can tell spiritual time. You know? And with that, I hope you was edified. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. The honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone, peace and blessings to the whole elect the house of David. Until next time, Yahweh willing, Shalom.